Hi guys, Lindsay here. So I actually hiked up to the back corner of the property just because this is honestly probably one of the last times that I'm going to actually make the hike to come all the way up to like where the property line is. So that way I can get like one last set of good views of our property. Obviously I'm going to have to come back up this way to remove fencing from the goats area. But for all intents and purposes, this is going to be the last time that I'm leisurely up in the woods. Which is kind of nice because when I was walking up the hill, I was like, my God, this is like burning. It's brutal on my thighs. And like the last several weeks, I've been thinking pretty much ever since we made the offer on the house and it was accepted and like all of this stuff. Every time that I'm hiking up the steps to go to bed, I'm like, oh, thank God, I'm not going to have to keep doing this forever. Thank God, I'm not going to have to do this forever. I'm not going to have to do that forever. I'm not going to have to keep walking up this hill or doing this strenuous thing or walking 120 some feet on an ice path all winter long. Like I just keep like seeing all of these different things and I'm like, thank you. Like, it's just like so much gratitude and stuff. It's just like all of these things that have been weighing me down and holding me back and just basically crippling me and stuff are just like falling apart, like dispersing from our lives, disappearing. And God, it feels amazing. I keep thinking about all of the things that I'm going to be able to do, like once we get established with the new house, and all of the amount of community work we're going to be able to do there. Me in particularly. Tracy works at a group home. She works with mentally disabled people and people that are mentally ill. So she's already doing a lot of humanitarian work. And I pretty much just keep rescuing animals and doing humanitarian work with animals. So I'm much more into doing work with nature and the land and the animals, and Tracy's much more into doing it with people. So it just kind of works out that both of our little Aquarius selves are always like, let's help the world. So it's a perfect union. But so yeah, I'm very, very excited because here at this property here, because it's so challenging just with the topography that most of it is super steep north facing slope that's very wooded. And it's just, the access is difficult. This property is extremely difficult. It makes it so that way we could have homesteaded here indefinitely for ourselves, but I have such a bigger calling inside of me to do that I'm like, yeah, I can't keep doing this. I can't keep living in a property that just walking it taps me out of all of my energy, zaps me so much, and just drains me so much because I really need all of my energy. I really feel called to help feed a lot of people, to help do a lot of community outreach thing, to really help those that are less fortunate than us. That, I've always, whenever I pray and I ask for abundance and I like make my wishes and, my requests and, have communion with the divine, I actually always ask that our cup be filled so much and we be given so much abundance that we can bless the world around us and bless others. And right now it's like, holy smokes, like we're getting to that point. We're at that turning point where instead of us being just barely provided for, that we're just barely keeping our heads above water, that now we're going to be in a position like starting at, like once we sell the house and stuff, obviously we're super duper tight until then. But like once we sell the house here, it's like, there's just so many good things, so many beautiful things that we can do for others, to help other families in need, to just, I'm excited. I'm really excited, and I just, I can't contain it. So yeah, today is a day that I'm just sort of taking it all in, because once Tracy gets home from work, as long as our delivery of new doorknobs and locks and deadbolts come before she gets home, we're actually going to go to the new house, as long as it's ours at that point, to then change out all of the locks. And then also so that way me and her can have some time alone to spend in our new house, instead of here when we first got the keys, she was at work. We were in such a fast pace to move in and to get things going that I didn't wait for her. It was like, well, you're at work, the weather's nice, it's March, like let's just get going. And I don't want to do the same thing. I want to actually be able to sort of just walk around with her and just dream with her without the camera, without other people around, without trying to give anybody guidance or direction, that we can just take it all in, absorb it all. So it's just kind of one of those beautiful, beautiful moments and beautiful days that I'm like, we're on the beginning of a new adventure. Like it's begun. So I'm just very, very excited. Whenever we do go to the new house, whether it be tonight or like this afternoon, whatever, as long as there's daylight still, I will film at least a tour of the outside, and then the next day or whatever that I go there, I'll tour the inside, or maybe depending upon time, I don't know. You guys will see. You'll see. I'll probably just post a really super long video so you guys can just sit down with a glass of wine or a cup of coffee or whatever and just watch what I'm doing. So anyways, that's all I wanted to share with you guys. It's a little uncomfortable sitting on the frozen ground up against this tree, but I really needed to ground myself. I really need to just take it all in, set for a few moments, and just look at it all. So anyways, thanks for watching. Have a good one, guys.